when you're sleeping, you want all the comfort in the world, and this pillow is going to give you exactly that. We have the CPAPmax Pillow here in studio, a very interesting shape. And why is it shaped this way?
Well, I think the CPAPmax was actually put together for people who have got sleep apnea. Though we're not going to end there, we're going to extend it to you and I to make sure that we actually have got the best quality sleep.
Right.
So this was designed for people who sleep with the horse, in terms of, like, you know, sleep apnea, just as just briefly talk about it, is a condition where when someone is sleeping, there's temporal, cessation of breathing. So they stop breathing momentarily, and that actually disturbs them. So they then are given a hose, which is, when you look there on the on the package, there is a guy that's sleeping there with the, you can see the mask, so that you can have what we call, because the CPAP is actually standing for continuous positive airway pressure, because that pump, you are being pumped with air throughout the night to make sure that you don't stop breathing.
Okay.
So it's for people who have been diagnosed with what we call sleep apnea, so that we help them, they are helped to make sure that they keep on breathing. But this is where that was number one for them. But now, yes, for them it was, why was it put together? To make sure that it can reduce the leaks, so that the mask can stay in place and they can breathe properly. So it's well designed for them to make sure that there's no noise, there's no dry eyes, they don't wake up with lines. So this pillow really supports that, in making sure that it has got those benefits. As you can see on the screen, there's two sides. There's the fiber feel side, which is the soft microfiber, and then there's the other side, which is now hard for the, which has got the firm nature in terms of. So you've got the pleasure of using either side, depending on how you feel. But I like that when you look at that. This is now looking at alleviating the lines, making sure that there is no leakage, controlling the weight of the horse, as you can see, and this is exactly what you're benefiting from that. But that's talking about people with sleep apnea. So yes, number one, our target market is the people who are using the masks, to make sure that that mask stays in place. And the beauty about it is, you do not have to be using the mask that you purchase from the CPAPmax people. You can actually be using, even if it's not from the Contour, you can actually use this particular pillow. It was designed for any type of mask. This is what I love about it. So you might be asking yourself, but I do not have a mask that I purchased from Contour. Can I use this? Definitely you can use it. They had you in mind as well when they made this. So anyone that is using the masks can definitely enjoy. This is to, if you look at that on the screen right now, when he is sleeping, it just means that it can support him well. You don't sink into the pillow. So there's proper support that maintains the breathing, that maintains, there's no disturbance in terms of the airflow coming in. As you can see, if you look at the before and the after there, if you're using your normal pillow, you can't even see half his face, because, and that's very uncomfortable, and then it means the mask might come out during the night. You might have air leaking because it's not really sitting properly. Now when you use the CPAPmax, you can see now the after, sleep beautifully, nicely supported, no disturbance to the teeth, to the hose as is actually coming in, to make sure that you've got enough airflow being pumped in. So this is what we are offering today in terms of that. So quality sleep for people who are using masks. But let's not forget you and I, who don't even know that we have got sleep apnea and we might have it.
Exactly. So for just 999 Rand, you're able to get all the relief you've been looking for when utilizing your pump, especially if you've been diagnosed with sleep apnea. And I think one of the worst things is to be sleeping, having to remember something. Remember not to move this way because something might shift. That creates quite a lot of discomfort during our night.
Well, not just discomfort. We're already putting yourself under stress, and you rob yourself of sleep because you're thinking, should I do this? Shouldn't I do that? But now you're being offered, like you rightfully say, the CPAPmax Pillow. You will make sure that you don't have to think about that. You just go to sleep and focus on enjoying your 8 or 9 hours of quality sleep, so that you can wake up refreshed.
All right, so we've got a very interesting shape, and you spoke about a fiber-filled side and a harder side. Let's talk about what's actually inside the pillow.
Well, when you look at it, it's got nice layers, and I think we'll be able to turn it around, and this is beautiful to see, because you can you see the different layers? And what I like to show is, you've got, can you see this is like grayish? Grayish. Okay, starting with the perforation, right? If we want us to start with the perforation, the beauty about the perforation, it means you are using a pillow that breathes whilst you are breathing.
All right.
So this is to make sure that there's definitely, you know, no worrying about the sweat and all that, because this is well taken care of. But when you look at it, this, you look at the layer that is gray.
Right.
This is perforated with charcoal to make sure that whilst you are sweating, all the odors are well taken care of.
Oh, wow.
So this is a well thought up pillow that will make sure that there is no odors. You know, you wake up, you sleep smelling fresh, and you wake up smelling fresh. This is definitely what you are getting from this CPAPmax Pillow.
Okay.
And the beauty about it, it has got different heights adjustments. As we saw earlier on, it can be adjusted to four different, because it has got 3 levels. There's 3 pieces there, so you can adjust it to 4 different heights. Okay. Which is important, because if I'm looking at you, we all don't have the same distance. If you look at from the shoulder to the neck, we are not the same. So this offers you that opportunity so that you can adjust it to suit you. And that makes it easy for you to sleep well without actually, you know, having an exaggerated height or lower than necessary height.
I think I really do love that Contour thought about that. They thought about the different kind of fiber or textures that we want to meet when laying our head down, the height that we need. They've really come up with so many ways to make sure you're thought of and accommodated.
Definitely.
Now, you mentioned people who don't have the masks. Who else would need it?
People who don't need the mask would be you, the viewers that are, you know, have not been diagnosed with sleep apnea, who are using your normal pillow. Why not invest in a pillow that will make sure that, one, your head is not sinking, it's well supported. That makes it easy for you to breathe well, and also there's lots of people who snore.
Right.
This is a pillow that will help you to relieve snoring, because once you are supported well, and also spine alignment. If you do not mind, I will make, you know, if we can show this, because if you damage your spine because of how you sleep, that could be costly. Look at that. Look at the before. If you look at the before of how your spine is actually being affected, and then after, there is definitely no, you know, bend that's showing, which means you can sleep well without worrying about affecting your spine. And because when you look at that, this is where most conditions starts, you know, in terms of arthritis, intervertebral disc, you know, being affected, and getting discs being affected or, you know, degenerated, is because you're not sleeping well. And viewers at home, let me remind you that you sleep for a third of your life. And if this is how you're sleeping because you do not have a quality pillow, you can imagine you wake up tired, you wake up with sore muscles, you wake up with headaches. That in itself will make it not easy for you to be productive during the day. You'll be very grumpy, and if you work with machinery and you are not sleeping well, you might just run the, you know, danger of either injuring yourself or your colleagues.
That's really, really true. So make sure you're getting the best kind of sleep, especially because it happens for so long of our day. And also all the things that come with pleasant sleep. You're not moody, you're not cranky, you're not uncomfortable, you don't have unnecessary tension. These are all the things we want to wake up feeling when you want to feel fresh in the morning. This is the CPAPmax, a 2.0 pillow from Contour here at TV Mall for just 999 Rand. So we're talking about this pillow and your ability to have it in your home. But some people really do want a pillowcase, and to find the neutral color, we've got white here in studio, and you can get yourself a customized pillowcase that will fit your pillow perfectly. So don't buy a continental pillowcase hoping it's going to cover your pillow properly. Get yourself the proper one here at TV Mall for just 499 Rand. This is a beautiful white covering which will work in any space and also won't stand out and create an odd feature in your bedroom.
Well, I like the fact that there's high quality there, because this is a 300 thread count. I mean, if those who know about thread count, 200 to 1,000 is considered very good in terms of making sure that we've got nice material that, in fact, as the material ages, it actually becomes better. So this is 300 thread count. So this is very nice cotton, fits well to cover your CPAP Max Pillow, and also easy to clean because you can just throw it in the washing machine.
Absolutely. So you're also able to change the height of your pillow, and your pillowcase is going to be able to keep up with all of that. So for just 499 Rand, you can get yourself the pillowcase, which is going to fit perfectly, make it a lot easier to keep your pillow nice and clean. As much as you have that charcoal in there, as much as you have all the ventilation and space, keeping it nice and clean is something that we should consider when we're talking about sleeping material?
Well, definitely. I think, like we said, because the fact that you've got a pillow that is making sure at night it controls the odor. I mean, you sleep fresh, you wake up fresh. Ladies and gentlemen, I think let's just remind you, when you talk about remember the CPAPmax Pillow, we're talking about good quality sleep. This is making sure that you sleep well, and there's lots of other advantages of sleeping well that we cannot actually go through in the studio. But just to make sure that to remind you, when you look at cardiovascular conditions, high blood pressure, strokes, and all those things, can be a result of people who now end up snoring and people with sleep apnea because they are not sleeping well. Why not invest in a pillow that will help you to sleep well and control those conditions for you, especially if you snore? I mean, most of us do snore. I know it's a sensitive issue. People don't want to be told that they snore, but tell you what, this is a good way to make sure that you can look after your health. Your health comes first, then you can create that wealth.
That's true. And when you sleep, this is when your body does all the regenerating, when it does all the work that really requires you to live a very good, wholesome and active life. So make sure you're getting the best quality sleep. This is from Contour, which is a very famous pillow brand. They've been doing really well in making sure everyone has been catered to. And this is specifically created for people with sleep apnea, but people who snore as well are able to use it. You're able to have 4 different configurations as well as a specialized pillow case for this pillow. So the pillow on its own is 999 Rand, and you can get the pillowcase for an extra 499 Rand here at TV Mall. Make sure you call us on 0861 000 173 or log on to tvmall.co.za to truly get a peaceful night of rest, and make sure you wake up refreshed. No one wants to wake up cranky and moody. Start your day the right way with the CPAPmax Pillow, which is the 2.0 version. From myself, Mutinta Benkele, and Jumo, it's been an absolute pleasure. Till we meet again, bye-bye.